A common thing I see said about why one who wants to transition to a different gender shouldn't be able to transition to a different gender is this. Well, they have a mental disorder. A gender dysphoria is a mental disorder. If one wants to transition to a different gender, they have a mental disorder. All right, I'm not here to say I'm not here to say why it's not a mental disorder and all of the sort, even though it's classified as not a mental disorder, whatever. I know I'm never going to change your minds on that, but I just want to say this. How do these people affect you? This has always bothered me. For the longest time, I always see people complain about how people who are trans have mental disorders and how they shouldn't be allowed to transition to whatever gender it is they want to transition to. Friendly reminder: when one is transitioning to a different gender, they're affecting their own bodies, no one else's. Not you, not their family members, not their friends, no one, just their own bodies. So I don't see why you should throw such a huge hissy fit over these people just wanting to transition to a different gender. Like, I don't know why the fuck you should care so much. I mean, I never got why. And people say, oh, they're poisoning the future generations. They're making mental illness normalized. I mean, it's not like they're going around killing people. It's not like they have this dangerous fucking disorder and they should be stopped. They shouldn't be allowed to do what they want to do. They simply want to transition to a different gender. That is it. Again, they're not hurting anyone in the process. They are doing what they want to do with their own bodies, and I don't see why anyone should dictate what they want to do with their own bodies. They should be the ones to call the shots. If one wants to change their gender, they should have complete control over what they want to do with their bodies. No one else, no outside force should tell them that they shouldn't, because it doesn't align with my morals. And also this shit about brainwashing the future generations, poisoning the future generations. You really think this is going to be such a huge fucking detriment to our future? I mean, trans people are such a fucking minority in this world. Tell me, how often is it that you come across someone who has changed their gender? I'll give you a few seconds. Yeah, probably not that often, right? And there's also a good bet that you probably never have come across one of these people in your lives. I haven't, at least so far in my life. So why is it that you're so afraid of these people? So afraid that they want to change their genders when there's such a small percentage in the population? I mean, for fuck's sake, you're acting like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of these people roaming this earth, poisoning impressionable minds, brainwashing people into becoming transgender because, I don't know, you probably think this is their line of thinking. We want more trannies in this world. We want more of us in this world. And soon, we will take over this earth. Like there's some kind of evil fucking supergroup or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it is you fear. But I do know this. I know for whatever reason you really hate these people, and you really hate it when one is uncomfortable in their own bodies and wants to alter their own bodies to make it more aligned with what they see as best fit. So, would it really kill you to at least try to understand these people, or at the very least to be like, well, I don't exactly agree with their choices, but it's their own body. Like, who the fuck am I to say what they can and can't do with their own bodies? It's not really that fucking hard. Instead, all of you people just stomp your feet and throw a huge fucking tantrum on the internet and be like, oh, these fucking trannies, they have a mental disorder. How dare they want to alter their bodies? How dare they have the freedom to do whatever they want to do with their own bodies? They have a mental disorder. Ah! Like, I never understood the controversy surrounding these people. I have never, ever understood it. These people are not harming you at all. They're not harming anyone else. They're not harming the future generations. They just want acceptance. That's all. I mean, why is it that you think that there's such a high suicide rate within the trans community? Because really of assholes like these people, the ones who cannot accept trans people for whatever reason. They say they have a mental disorder. They're sinful, all of the sort, and it gets to these people, and they start to think that they're freaks and they don't belong in this world, and they think that everyone hates them, and then they end up offing themselves. I'm sure hearing that makes some of you transphobes jump with joy, but you're just deplorable people altogether, so that doesn't surprise me at all. There's also one other reason that I want to briefly discuss here that makes me laugh so much. This is another reason as to why transgender people shouldn't transition to a different gender. Here it is. Well, you can't undo what God intended you to be. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, my friend. Your little imaginary friend in the sky? Yeah, he doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. There's nothing outside of a little outdated book full of fairy tales to back up his existence. So, yeah, sorry. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.